Welcome to the third in our how-to series of videos, which will show you where and how to input data in your plan. We will also have a look at how TNT makes entering information into your plan nice and simple by taking away the complication of inflation. Let's start by looking at how to see where you can enter data into your plan, which is wherever you see one of two different colored boxes. When you see a yellow box, it means that TNT has made an assumption for you in order to create the first version of your plan. You can decide to either leave that assumed value or change it to better reflect you and your circumstances. If you see a green box, then no assumption was necessary and the field has been left blank for you to complete if and when required. Ideally, you should be aiming to gradually replace all the assumptions so that your plan is driven by your input and your choices. For this reason, please note that once you've overwritten an assumption with a value, the format of the box will change from yellow to green, meaning that you can easily see any remaining assumptions in yellow. Once the box has changed from yellow to green, you are now in control of that value and you can't return to the original assumed values unless or until you start a new plan. Hopefully that's all clear. This summary chart is available in the help library if you need a reminder. Now let's look at a useful tool called the input checklist. And as the name suggests, it summarizes all the information you might need to enter to create your own personalized plan. It basically replicates the menu structure you see at the top of the page with starting information, choices, which include two tools for property planning and lifestyle spending, basics, and a review of all the data before going to see the results of your plan. You can click on any of the icons to take you directly to where the input is required. It's a great way to see a summary of the information you might want to include in your plan and helps you to navigate around the screens you need to use. It's always available for you in the help library. The last thing we need to cover in this video is to explain how TNT takes away the complication of inflation and makes things very simple by allowing you to enter all your plans for earning, spending or property purchase using today's money. In other words, you can forget about inflation and just use the values that you recognize today in any year of your plan, no matter how far into the future you go. We can do this by sucking an assumed rate of inflation out of our numbers, just like we would deflate a tire. By doing this, we change what are called nominal rates before adjusting for inflation, shown as the blue bars here, into real rates, shown here as the orange bars. It is the real rates that are used by your plan for all its calculations. If we assume that over the long term earnings increase at the same rate as prices, when we suck inflation out, the real increase in both earnings and prices falls to zero. This is why we can use today's value of money in any year of the plan, because by using real rates rather than nominal ones, we have eliminated the effect of inflation. To be consistent, we also need to use real rates for all the other rates of interest and price movements used by the plan, which are the returns on investment, changes in property values, interest rates paid on cash savings, and interest charged on mortgage and other debt. For example, the real return on your cash savings here is actually negative. You are losing money, or more exactly purchasing power, by leaving money in the bank. Although you might think you are earning a healthy nominal return of 5% on your investments, the real return after inflation used by your plan calculations is only 2%. Whenever you are assuming a real change in, say, property values, then you can still plan using today's values and TNT will do the calculations to allow for the real change and keep your plan realistic. If you owe money, then inflation erodes the value of that debt, so the real rate you are paying is less than the nominal rate. Your plan is still a correct reflection of what you will be able to buy with your money at any point in the future. It is just all expressed in today's money that you understand, and not in an inflated money which becomes increasingly unrecognizable as we go further into the future. Using real rather than nominal rates means that you can set targets and plan in today's pounds, which makes TNT very simple and easy to use and understand. Hopefully that has dealt with the tricky subject of inflation. Thank you for watching, and see you in the fourth how-to video when we get back to the plan and show you how you can now start to input your data to make choices and personalize your plan.